Hey there guys, Next Strike here, back again for another video, and it's time for another Superpower Beatdown discussion. And today we have an epic matchup, and I gotta say this one's probably one of my favorite matchups that they've done so far. Two former sidekicks grown up into their own roles and even taking over for their mentors at times, so that's pretty awesome. These are two really cool characters that I've really liked in their respective movies, roles, whatever you want to say. So what I'm going to do for this Superpower Beatdown is I'm going to go over their stats, and then I'm going to say who I think deserves to win and why. So we'll start with Bucky, aka the Winter Soldier. So Bucky has of course been trained by Steve Rogers, who is Captain America of Marvel fame. He's also been trained in mastery of hand-to-hand combat, martial arts. He's also been trained to use firearms and grenades and knives. And he's also an expert assassin and spy. And he also knows multiple languages, which I don't really know how that'll come into the battle. Probably not, but just a little stat for you. His left arm, which you guys all know from the movie, it's pretty awesome, is a cybernetic prosthetic with superhuman strength and enhanced reaction time. And this arm can function without Bucky and can discharge bolts of electricity. And it can also release an EMP, which can shut down other electronics. And to make this even more lethal, it can be holographic to look like a flesh and blood arm. So it can look like just a regular arm, and then wham, out of nowhere, it's a cybernetic prosthetic. So that's pretty awesome for Bucky. And as far as his outfit, he wears, an an officer's uniform, I guess, like a soldier. So a soldier, probably Kevlar, standard stuff. So I mean, I'd say for him and Dick Grayson, the armor is going to be probably roughly even. I don't really have any information on his armor though, so I'm not really going to factor that in. Just saying. Okay, so for Dick Grayson is the peak of strength and endurance for someone in their late 20s, as well as their athleticism. So he is by far the most athletic, and he's the most athletic person in comic books, probably, of anyone that age, at least over in the DC universe, which he is known for. He constantly does flips, and he is extremely fast, so that's definitely something to note for Dick Grayson. He also is a master martial artist, and of course hand-to-hand combat he's very good at, because he was trained by Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. He has been trained in escapology, criminology, fencing, stealth, disguise, and numerous other combat / non-combat disciplines. He has also spent his time being a spy, so they have both been spies. Dick Grayson has also mastered a half dozen martial arts and disciplines, as well as probably having knowledge to other ones. He has two eskrima sticks made from an unbreakable polymer, so that's important to note. The cybernetic prosthetic cannot break the eskrima sticks. He also carries a half dozen modified batarangs, which he calls wingdings. And he has a couple of other gadgets because, he is a Batman character, so he's going to have his own little gadgets. Let's see, what else have we got for Dick Grayson? Just going through some of his stuff. Brilliant strategist. I don't think I brought that up before. He's led several different teams, which it's a one-on-one battle, but I guess that is an interesting stat for him. He knows a lot of languages, like the Winter Soldier does. And he's rich, so he has access to a lot of things. So, with that being said, I think we have, his outfit. Now, while I don't know a lot about the Winter Soldier's outfit, and I'm just going to assume that it's Kevlar because that's what a lot of soldiers use nowadays, Nightwing's is also Kevlar, but recently in the New 52, he had it to where it could discharge electricity from his escrima stick. So another character who can use electricity with his fighting, and his outfit is electricity proof. So in other words, electricity will not work on him. You know, and also fire resistant and other things, but electricity especially, which since that's what Bucky's probably going to be using from his arm, won't work on him. So I'm also going to assume with that the EMPs will not work on him. And just sounding from most of their facts, it sounds like Dick Grayson and Bucky Barnes are pretty even when it comes to all their, you know, like weapons and costumes and all that stuff. So it's just going to come down to a man versus man, fist versus fist kind of fight. And with that, I gotta give it to Dick Grayson, and here's why. The cybernetic prosthetic limb that Bucky has, considering that it has enhanced reflexes, yes, that is a bit problematic. And yes, the superhuman strength is a bit problematic as well. However, Captain America has beaten Bucky. And Batman is a greater martial artist than Captain America. And Dick Grayson is about even with Batman. So with that being said, and you know, just the fact that Batman has more martial arts expertise under his belt, I would have to just say Dick Grayson has it there with martial arts alone. Dick Grayson would also be faster. He's fought a ton of people who are a lot stronger than him, a lot faster than him. I mean, heck, Deathstroke can use 90% of his brain. I think that's the stat, right? 90%. Anyway, he can use more than 10%, and he has enhanced reflexes, super strength, and all that stuff, and he's beaten Deathstroke. So if he's beaten Deathstroke, and he's up there with Batman, then Bucky, I'm sorry, but you're gonna get beat by Dick Grayson. That's just the way it is. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are gonna be rooting for Bucky, and hey, I mean, the arguments there, they are pretty close. They're pretty close, even with their stats. They're pretty similar, but I think that Dick Grayson just has more experience. I think he's got more stats and other training that Bucky has not had, and I just think that Dick Grayson all around has just got this one in the bag. So for me, it's going to be Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, or Grayson as he goes by now. It's just his spy name, but you guys can feel free to comment below and let me know who you think would win the Superpower Beatdown. Now, Batinthesun has not given a tentative release date, and well, things get pushed back. But Batinthesun works really hard to give us this awesome stuff, and I just gotta say thank you, Batinthesun, for giving us all these awesome live-action battles, because no one does it better than you guys. And I enjoy the crap out of all of your stuff. I sincerely do. I think all of them are really awesome. And I can't wait for your Green Ranger versus Ryu battle, which, no, I don't know when that's coming out. I know some people have asked me. They have said, I believe, March of 2015. That's their release date that they're going for. But don't rush greatness, because as we all know, their beatdowns are definitely worth waiting for, and they put a lot of hard work in. So thanks, Aaron, and everyone over at Superpower Beatdown. Batinthesun, you guys are awesome. And yeah, subscribe if you like, comment below, let me know your thoughts, and like around, share it around if you guys can. I'd really appreciate it. And just check out some of my other stuff, and I will catch you guys later.